Hello, my name is Lesley-Ann van Wyk and I'm one of the co-authors, along with Francesco Rampa, of the latest discussion paper from ACDPM's Food Security Programme, titled Regional Food Security and Water in the Southern African Development Community, the potential for sectoral synergies within the CAADP for the implementation of the SADC Regional Agricultural Policy. So this simple infographic was developed to illustrate the structure and some of the details of the analysis you'll find in the paper. And it also highlights some of the complex dynamics of transboundary water resource management and food security in the SADC region. So we focus on the ways in which a potential three-sided or triangular synergy across the three sectors of water, agriculture and trade can support the implementation of the RAP. The policy was approved by Ministers of Agriculture and Food Security in June 2013, and presently the regional investment plans are being developed to support the implementation of the policy. Now, the first part of this potential synergy, as highlighted in the paper, relates to the interactions between water and agriculture sectors in the region. There are different elements of this relationship detailed in the paper, including, for example, by using existing transboundary and intersectoral initiatives for realizing the goals of the regional agricultural policy. Such initiatives include addressing climate change through sustainable agriculture or using approaches such as water, energy and land nexus for improved regional food security in SADC through more effective coordination across sectors key for food security. The interactions between the water and trade sectors also feature in the paper. A number of different issues are relevant to these interactions in SADC. As an example from the paper, we use the water footprint concept to illustrate some of the key issues in the interactions between these two sectors. And the water footprint is applicable here because essentially it's about establishing the extent of freshwater use in production systems. And in this case, in the paper, we focus on agricultural production systems in SADC. The last pillar or arm, if you will, of the potential synergy looks into the interactions between agriculture and trade sectors. And really the improved interaction of these sectors is of course central to the objectives of the SADC Regional Agricultural Policy. And again, there are different aspects in the paper illustrating this interaction across the two sectors, but just one example is the use of the concept of virtual water trade, which is essentially the calculation of the volume of water used to produce a product, taking into account the availability of water at the place of production. And for the purpose of this paper, we focus on the production of agricultural goods in the different contexts of water scarcity in the region. So virtual water trade is particularly useful in this paper to understand the ways in which different countries contribute to trade in the region and how that impacts water availability in the region. Now, realizing such a potential synergy within the implementation of the RAP will also mean addressing the existing bottlenecks or challenges for its implementation between the sectors of trade, agriculture and water, as well as challenges for policy implementation across the different levels, so local, national and regional levels. The situation in SADC is that, or what we have also found in our research and study, is that local level actors relevant to agricultural water management are oftentimes not adequately included in the transboundary water resource management and agricultural water management policy processes at the regional level. Now, another bottleneck for implementing a potential sectoral synergy across water, agriculture and trade, and which we highlight in the paper, are that oftentimes there are many actors with different interests and oftentimes duplicating and conflicting initiatives for agricultural water management and transboundary water resource management in the region, and that these two issues contribute to a vertical incoherence across regional, national and local levels, as well as a horizontal incoherence between different sectors. In this sense, we try to unpack some of the complex ways in which improved transboundary water resource management for agriculture in the region can strengthen or promote better interaction across these vertical or geographical levels, as well as across the horizontal or cross-sectoral realities for policy implementation in the region. And these incoherences indeed influence the ways in which the RAP can be implemented. We also use political economy analysis to unpack some of the complex dynamics, the political and economic incentives and drivers for change when it comes to transboundary water resource management for agriculture in SADC. And finally, also taking into account these incentives, this paper looks at improving regional cooperation through the RAP policy statement on transboundary water resources management for regional food security in SADC. So please access the discussion paper at this link for more information. And thank you very much.